Hey Internet, I'm Chaz.
And I'm Dan. Welcome to Wine and Serious Business, episode 219. We're back today with two Oregon Pinot Noirs right around $20. Both current releases. One's a 2012, one's a 2011.
Yeah.
But that's a price range that you love to find winners at. So yeah, we wanted to check in on these and see how they go.
Totally. And one we got that's brand new. I've never had this label before. The Dopp Creek 2011 Pinot Noir, Willamette Valley. Something Dan picked up at Renaissance.
Yep.
So a recommendation from a friend, right?
Yep. Mike, the owner there, told me that this is a project of the folks at Colleen Clemens, but I have never heard anything about it. Don't know anything about it, but price is right, and I thought it was in line with the Ayers, which we already had lined up. So, yeah, nothing on the label. Just we'll add Valley Pinot Noir.
Yeah, 2011 Pinot Noir. All right, let's try it out. Boy, it smells good.
Yeah, it's just nice, fresh, bright aroma, like a little touch of oak on there. But really nice, like strawberries, raspberries, roses.
Yeah, it's definitely more red fruited, like strawberries, raspberries. Getting just a touch of savoriness out of it, almost like a little bit of like cooked meat or something, just a touch of it.
I can see that.
Something, something a little savory there. It could even be like another component that maybe other people might pick up, but it's interesting. So it smells good. Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Most of the stuff from the nose just carries right through to the palate.
Yeah.
More red fruits. Definitely a lighter wine. Not surprised to hear that this is a 2011 at all. Getting a little touch of like seeds and stems on the finish.
Definitely lighter in like intensity as far as flavor, but fruit flavor. There is good body though. Like there's a decent weight to it, a decent texture to it. It's quite nice. And yeah, as it sort of evolves, almost kind of like getting back to the pomegranate thing that we use sometimes, like sort of pomegranate with the seeds in there, a little seedy, a little stemmy. Yeah, got a nice little run of the finish. Got a lot of acid in the background.
Yep, plenty of acid.
Plenty of acid. It's good wine.
Yeah.
Killer. How much? Exactly $20 retail. $18.
I kind of forget. Yeah, 20. We'll just say right around 20. Narrow window around.
Yeah. A wonderful wine, 87 plus for me, and at $20, totally worth checking out. I think it would appeal to a broad range of people, especially people who like 2011.
Yeah.
Which I did. It's good. That price point.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll have it at 87 too. Getting kind of confused with the numbers there. It is definitely on the simple side, but at the $20 price point, I'm not looking for a whole lot more. And what I really like about it is like it's light and crisp and still brings good fruit flavor with like the texture to it. So it's enjoyable and pleasant to drink. Like this is something you could easily drink a few glasses of with conversation. And I think you could get some people who aren't that into wine to enjoy it. I think it's got kind of like a broad appeal too.
Totally agree with that. The fruit flavors there are really, really nice and really easy to understand.
Yeah.
So for our second one, we have the Ayers 2012 Willamette Valley. This is something we like to check in on every year. Really like this guy's wines.
Yeah.
Ayers kills it every year, and this is their lowest or the cheapest bottle they make. Price is right around $18 a bottle, and again, this is 2012. The one we did before was 2011.
Yeah, Ayers.
So there's going to be quite a difference.
I think consistently one of the best QPRs in the Willamette Valley.
I totally agree. At least, I mean, the stuff I've had in the past, like back in like 06, 07, it was like $16 a bottle or something for this, and man, it's just smashing at that price, right?
And even at
close to 20,
yeah.
This is consistently one of the QPR winners. So.
And in general, I hate to see things creeping up in price, but when it's like that, like
this isn't $24. It's still under 20.
Yeah, and I know I'm sure that it's tough to get by selling Oregon Pinot Noir for $16. So like I'm happy to see them getting a little more reward for continually making such good stuff.
Totally. Wow.
Yeah, definitely a different wine. I'm getting some of the savory notes that you were talking about before, kind of like a big beef pot roast or something like that, just a touch of it. It's not like a meaty wine, but I'm getting hints of that, and like some like clay minerality.
The earthy tones are sticking out to me immediately. I mean, there's definitely fruit in there, and it's more like a dark cherry thing. but it's darker fruited, but a lot of earthy components, but really well. The way the flavors come across on the nose is really nice. Like it smells really good. Maybe a hint of like dried flowers in there too. Like there's a little
I'm
hint
getting
of
like some
something.
like deep forest underbrush, like not like evergreens necessarily, like Pacific Northwest forest, but I'm getting like, yeah, it's kind of this thick,
It's good
little
nose.
woodsy. Yeah, it's cool.
Very, very interesting nose. There's a lot. I think there's a lot going on here. Maybe something I'm not getting. So. Right on.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, nice roundness to it, right? Like the fruit's really there, kind of has a sweet touch to it, not like sugary sweet, but like fruit, like good ripe cherries.
Mm-hmm. And whereas this one is also very texturally nice, like the weight is good in the palate, and texturally it feels very nice. The intensity of flavor is right there with the body, and like it feels very already well integrated and drinking very well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of acid and surprisingly a good amount of tannin on the finish too. This one is a little drying in the cheeks, lending to maybe some like red tea sort of thing as you're starting to fall off in the
Yeah.
finish. It definitely has that like drying sort of tart effect, less fruity, more like tea or something. But it's yeah, I don't know, cool wine.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like just like dark cherry with the skins, and the tannins have a really slow build to them as well. Like a little bit of maybe like dark red grapefruit or something transitioning into that finish.
Oh yeah, that's the tartness we're seeing. Maybe
Yeah.
like some grapefruit. Yeah.
But that fruit, especially the grapefruit, kind of sticks along as the tannins evolve on the end.
This is good wine.
Yeah, like nice ripe fruit character without being too heavy.
Right. Not. Yeah. What is the alcohol level on this? 13.5. All right. I wanted to say when I threw back a couple of shots, I got just a little hint of warmth on the finish. Not anything too bad, but man, the flavors and the way this wine is packaged and delivers is fantastic at a $20 price point. I really like it. But another awesome wine from Ayers.
Yeah. On the bigger side for me, I think I'm a little more taken with like the lightness and the fruit flavors here, but it's definitely a vintage variation that I'm experiencing. This definitely has, I think, a little more, a little more of that like savory, earthy complexity going on to it.
A little more assertive too, as far as flavor intensity. Like it definitely delivers, right? Like this one's, I agree with Dan's description. This one's right up front with what it's
And I
got
could
for
see
you.
some aging on this being interesting as well, where this,
I agree.
I'm not going to say that it won't, but I'm not compelled to do so. It's delicious right now, and there's nothing about it that's like, oh, it'd be interesting to see how this element evolves. Where this, I'd definitely be interested to see how there's more tannins, like we were talking about, kind of how they evolve and how they blend in with the other elements of the wine.
I totally agree.
So, yeah, so 87 points for me right now, but I think this also has like some future to it, and still at the price point, rock solid.
I 88 plus. I think with upward potential, like potentially an 89 point or 90 point wine with 3 to 5 years age. I think Dan's saying about what he said about the tannins. This thing could come together and be an awesome wine in that time.
I think even 6 months it'd be interesting to try again.
True.
But either way, I feel really good about this show because I say all the time, you're buying Oregon Pinot Noir at $20, you're kind of rolling the dice.
Right? And those were 2 winners.
Yeah, and I'd be totally happy drinking either one of these at this price point. So if you're lucky enough to have them in your local market, definitely check them out. Good way to dip your toe into Oregon Pinot Noir too at a reasonable price point if that's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's our show. You got a question today?
I
thought of one kind of.
go for it then.
Well, we were just watching your friend on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of famous. He plays semi-professional Magic.
Wow.
Anyway, who do you know who's famous personally? Do you know anybody personally who's famous? I know Dan.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's an interesting question. Yeah. Let us know.
See you guys next time.